So today we are going to learn about the Formik. So for this Formik is a most popular library for the form validations. Okay, whenever we are going to write any form, suppose login form, registration form, employee form, company form, because in every application they will be having lots of forms, right? So forms are because most important concept. So they have done some common problems into this library. So here doing the form validation is easy in the Formik library. We can see, like, if you want to learn any library, first go to their official library and learn it from there only, because their official website only they will update the, if any new version is there, they will update how to write the code also. If you are following any third party, then it will not be there. So here, this is the URL. Let me open this URL here. So here, so this is the Formik library. Here you can see here. So there is a documentation. Anyway, if you go to there, there will be a getting started. That means how to install this library, how to use this library, and all the information will be provided here. So, and you can read it from the top to bottom, and they will give how to install, all the steps they will give it here. Okay. So, and they will give the sample code also. Everything they will be giving here. So what we have done for our material, I have gone through that and I have simplified that steps from the website. Either you can follow the website or you can follow the notes also. Anything is fine. Okay, no problem. But always better to have this website also along with this one. So okay, so let us install the Formik. Okay, so let first, if you want to install any library, we are going to say npm install Formik. So let us copy this line and run into your project. I'm going to stop my project. So and install it. npm install Formik -hyphen save. So whenever we are running this npm install Formik save, automatically this will be adding into the package.json also. So once this is installed, now second step is we will start writing the code, like how to write a form. So what we can do here, we'll create one component, we'll create a one new form. Instead of writing changing the existing form, we will change in the new form. So let us start the project. npm start. So yesterday what we have done, we have a employees component. Okay, so here in the employee component we are showing all the employee name and all these things, right? So today we will add one add button. Whenever we are clicking add button, we will show the employee form, and in that form we will show the this list. Let's go to employees form emp or employees. Okay, let's go to login and type admin. You are going to log into the application. Loading employees. Okay, so this is the application, this is the employee page. So here we can add a add button. So whenever we are clicking add button, we will open the one form. Okay, either we will open that form in the from left side to right side, or we will open the center. That we can do anyways, no problem. Okay, so for example, if you want to see, so let us go to example page and we can build it our one also. So let us go to our previous example. Okay, let me go to login here. And so once we are going to login today, either we can go for a company. So here they have add button, right? So we'll click add. So we are going to show something like this. Okay, and once you are going to enter all your data, you are going to show this validations. Company is required, mobile number is required, all the fields which are the required field. So if you are, suppose you are entering all the data, whenever you are clicking the save, so automatically we will add it to the table. Okay, adding this table, we'll see it in the last. First let us work on the validations part. Okay, this is our task. So let us go to our project. Here we want to add a add button. Whenever we are clicking add button, we want to show one form. Okay. So and the library, whatever the library is required, we have already done. Let us work on the employment form. So already we have some employment form here we have written, and that employment form is nothing, very simple form only. We are writing only one input box. Let us try to integrate this employment form and these two things. So here I'll go and employment form. So inside the employment form, nothing is there. I will remove everything. for our reference. We'll do it from scratch. Okay. So simply we'll remove. So only empty component is there. So for example, whether we get output or not, we want to verify it. Let us go to employee here, and before the table, I am going to display this employee form and close this one. So let us see the output. So here employment form is coming right. Bottom table is there, top employment form is there. So since we are getting our output, let us build our component first. Okay. So what are the fields it is required for our project? Suppose this is the employment form, name, bank, PAN number. Let us work on the 3 fields. Later we can add all the fields. Okay. So let us go here, and inside the employment form, first you create the form. Okay. So whenever we are going to write a form validations, normally what we will do, either we'll follow controlled way or a uncontrolled way. So let us write the first form, and let us then we'll decide it. So write a form. Okay. So inside the form, how many fields we want to write it? 3 fields. So div, and inside the div, I will say first one. Let's go to name, bank, PAN number. Let's go to name and input. This is a one field, and second one I'll go for a PAN or bank number, bank account number, and third we'll go for the PAN number. Okay. So here we have it. So let us try to have our bootstrap styling. Okay. So let's class is equal to mb-1, so that we'll have some space in the bottom, and class name is equal to form-control. So this form control will make sure that it will have a bootstrap effect for all the fields. Okay. And this form, let us have some style also. Let us wrap within the style. Let us get div, and or let okay, employee. So this is the employment form, and I want to occupy only 50% of the width, 50, and m-auto. So m-auto for center purpose. Okay. So later we will change the style. We'll change the accordion and whatever we want, we will do it. Okay. So and we want to add it the borders. Okay. Border and mb-2 something. So margin. So this is okay. So inside I want some spacing. Let's work on some spacing. So how to write, how to give a spacing? p-3 or 2, anything. So that this is okay. Okay. And you can make this in the center of the screen. What is the class name? Class name is equal to text-center text-success. So let us display in the green color. Okay. So this is okay. Now we want to write the validation. We want one button also write for adding it. Let us write a save and cancel, 2 buttons. Let us add 2 buttons here, div, and we want to write the button. Okay. First is a save, and second one is a cancel. Let us work on the cancel. Okay. So now we have a, so let us work on the styles also. So class btn hyphen outline hyphen primary. Let's go for outline styles for this time. Class name is equal to btn hyphen outline hyphen secondary. So something like this. So the style is, the difference is whenever we are forwarding, the color will come. Okay. So and we want some space in the left side, and ms-2. So margin starting side 2 pixel. So like this we have it. So whenever we want to click it, what we want to do? We want to show the validation. If the all fields are required only, we want to show the validation. So if you want to do it, first what is the thing we should write it? We should write a on submit is equal to one handle submit method. We'll do that, right? This is a normal approach. We are not going to follow the normal approach. We are going to follow the Formik approach. Okay. So inside the Formik approach, we are going for step by steps. First, what we are going to do, you write one method for validations. Okay. So what are the fields are required? These all 3 fields are required. Name is required, bank number is required, PAN 3 are required. Okay. So first you write one validate function. So already we know that how to write a validate function. Let me show one validate function, and I'll explain it. Okay. Suppose here what I'm going to do, I'm going to, this is a constant, right click and format the document here. Okay. So here I'm going to write one validate function, and inside the function, let us see, nothing is there. Okay. Simple constant validate. Okay. So here this is nothing but I am taking one argument and this is a ES6 expression. So this ES6 expression I am storing in one variable. Or if you don't want to, we don't want to write ES6 function, we now write a normal function also, right? You can say validate and you can write like a brackets. Something like this also you can write it, no problem. Anyways, you can write it. Either you can go for a ES6 function or you can go for a normal function also. So let us go for a ES6 function this time. So now we are writing like a validate. So first time we are creating one error object and by default there is no error at all. Okay. So now what is the error I want to show it here? Whenever name is not there, I want to show the error. So simple. How to write a condition? I can write like a if, okay, values dot name is not there, then I will say inside the error object error name is a required. Okay, so here this value is nothing but whatever the object it is linking automatically here it will come inside the values. We no need to do anything. Simply this name you can keep anything. You can say form data a b, any name you can keep it. Okay, for now suppose I want to trim it also, let's we can write it values dot trim, and both cases I want. Suppose I want to keep 4 letters, how can you do it? Else if it is less than 3 characters, I want to show another error messages. Name minimum should be 3 characters. So this is already we have done 2 times, right, in the previous videos. So now let us try to do for same thing, bank account and PAN number. Like if I am going to do bank account, and bank account is a required field, and bank account number is less than something like this, we are going to write like it. Okay, so we are doing a validation for bank account number. If bank account is not there, after trimming also we are showing the error. And same thing, what is the last one? PAN card. Okay, PAN card. Let us go for a PAN property. And same thing, we are going to either you can write a copy paste. Both are same. Only what is changing in the, from the top to bottom, the property name only. Okay, so now we have done the validation. So we have written one validate method, and that validate method we have written. So we are ready with the validation. There is no change in the validation part. Even we are writing the validation is same, and even Formik also same. Let's go for the second step. Okay. So now once we've done the validation, now let's go for a, there is a hook called useFormik. This hook is available from the Formik library, not from the React. This hook is available from the Formik library. So let us use this hook. We are going to use one hook called Formik. Let us use this. Okay, so here inside the first here I'm going to write a one hook. So this is very important. Use Formik. So inside the use Formik, if I'm going to type like this, see here, and it is expecting one object. This use Formik is expecting what? One object. So inside here I'm going to write a one object here first. Okay, inside the object it is taking like a, what is the what are the field names, what is the field names, and what is the default values, something like this. We are using useState variable, right? Instead of writing useState variable, we are going to define all these things inside here. Okay, so here I'm going to write like a initialize. Here what is the property name? Init values. That means what is our initial values. Okay, how many fields we have written here? Name, bank number, and PAN number. Let us write a 3 fields. Name, bank number, and PAN number. 3 fields. So I have written a name. So if you are writing normal approach, you are going to take a 3 state fields. One is a bank number, another is a PAN, another is a name. Instead of writing 3 state, I am going to take only 1. Okay, and second argument is after writing this initial value and write a comma. Okay, this is an object. You see, this is an object from there to there. So inside the object, what will be having a key and a value pairs. Once the property is done, second property we need to write a comma, and second argument is we need to write a, what is the method to validate. I want to write error handling, right? Which function I should call automatically. So that method I should write it. What is the top name I have written? Validate. I will copy this validate. You can write any name, no problem. Okay, but the only logic here is so here you can write a validate. Suppose here you should write like a validate colon validate. Suppose here the validate property is a property name and the value is also valid. Both whenever the property name and value are same, we no need to write it two times, right? We can simply write like a comma. This is equal to validate colon validate. Left side property name is same and value also same. So this is the next. Third one is whenever we are clicking on the form, okay, which code should execute? You tell me. Okay, where you want to save your data, something like this. That is nothing but a on submit. Okay, so here we are going, the third argument is a on submit. This on submit we need to write a one ES6 function. So in this ES6 function we are going to take values and we can print the all the values, or we can write like a alert. We can write alert JSON dot. So inside the alert we are going to print that values. So this is the step. Okay, so now we have done all this Formik, right? So this is okay, and let us store this variable into one variable. This entire hook, it will return one object, right? So let us store even into one variable. I will say constant. We'll go for a, so what is this hook name? Formik. Since we are using the Formik, we'll just keep name as a you can keep any name, no problem at all. Okay, okay, so let us go. This is the second step. So in the second step you are going to write the use Formik hook. Inside the use Formik hook you are going to give the initial values, and second you are going to provide a validate method. Third you are going to provide the on submit. Three things. Okay, and fourth step is, now we need to link this Formik library and input fields, because there is no relationship at all. If there is no relationship, nothing will work. So that is the reason, fourth step, we need to give the input field like this. First we need to give a ID, and we need to give a name property. Okay, inside the ID, whatever the field name you have written here, you will give the same name. Okay, let us try to give for one property. So first id is equal to id is equal to, what is the property? Name. Okay, and name is equal to, I'll give a name on. So both I am giving, id I am giving, name also I am giving. Okay, that is fine. And next property is, suppose whenever we need to validations, right? And whenever we are clicking the validation, we want something like this. Okay, so that is the reason we are going to write like a on change. Whenever we are changing, we want to store our value into state, right? So for that reason we need to write like a on change event. Let us go for use like a on change. Okay, here we will say formik dot handle change. Okay, formik dot handle change. Okay, so there is a, already in the Formik library they have written one method. That method name is a handle change. Already we have this variable right in the top, so we can use that name. We no need to write a separate function for this variable. Already this function is available in the Formik library. Okay, and blur means what? Whenever we are leaving the focus, then that is nothing but a blur. So whenever we are keeping outside, we want to show the error. Earlier, what is when we are showing the error? Whenever we are submitting only we are showing the error. Now not like this. You click it and you click outside, we'll show login name is required, something like this. Okay, for that reason we are going to use like a on blur. Let's go for on blur. Okay, you can write in multiple line also. Simply you can enter here and you can write like a on blur. Okay, on blur is equal to, and this is also available in the Formik only. Formik dot handle blur. Okay, that's fine. And the last one, I want to set my value. Whatever the value I am, initial value, I want to initialize with my value. Value is equal to, you can copy the same. What is my property name? Yeah, like whatever number. Okay, we'll say Formik is an object. Inside the object there is a value, another object, inner object. Inside that object we are going to have our properties. So let us try to write our properties. So what is our where is the data is available? Formik. Let us write it. Okay, let us write the Formik. Okay, inside the Formik values. Okay, values. Inside the values, what is our property name? Name property. Okay, so here whatever the name you are giving in the top, same name. So the same name you are going to give it for id and name, and you are going to give it here. That's all. Okay, now let us go and save it. Now we want to show the errors, right? Earlier we are storing one separate variable, right? What is the separate variable? Set error something. Now we no need to do like this. Okay, all the errors will be there inside the Formik itself. Now we will show one error message here in the bottom. I will say error messages. Okay, for showing the error messages, all our error messages will be there inside the Formik dot errors dot our property name. Okay, so whatever the code yesterday we have, earlier we did not write, we are writing only errors.employee number, but now we are adding only one another object called Formik. Let us write it. Okay, so I am going to write like this. Okay, simple, right click confirm the document. Okay, so here I am writing a Formik. This touched is what is this touch means? I will explain it. What is this touch? And here we are going to, what is our property name? Name only. And what is our property name here? Name only. Let us remove here and try it. So Formik dot errors dot name. If any error is there with this name, and we are going to show the error, otherwise we are going to display null value. Either you can use a ternary operator, we can use a double and also, both are fine. Okay, so let us save it here. So far we have done all the tasks. Let's click here. Okay, so let me file, save. So whenever we are clicking, the form is reloading, right? Okay, the last piece which we are missing here is we did not write the on submit. Let us handle the on submit also. On submit is equal to, this is also, you don't need to write any method. Okay, already there is a one method inside the Formik. See, what is the method? Formik on submit, where this is available inside the Formik object. So simply write like this. Okay, Formik dot handle submit. That's all. Okay, file, save all, and let us reload. Okay, so I will not enter any data. Let's click on save. See, error name is required. Okay, here in the validation, let us see, you are not writing a handle submit function. You are not writing three variables. Suppose if I want to compare same thing with my login form, see here inside the login form, how many variables you are writing it? Two variables, and you are writing another variable for error, right? Okay, and what you are doing it, whenever you are handling it, you are writing all this code, and again you are setting errors, right? This all code are, we no need to write, right? If you go to Formik, if you go to the employee form, so what are the variables you have written? Only one hook. What is the hook you have written? useFormik. Okay. Inside the useFormik, you are giving only three fields, and you are going to write all the validation inside the validate separate method. And you no need to create the error object. Automatically everything will work out. Okay. Suppose let us try to complete for remaining fields. Okay. Let us try to complete for the remaining fields. Okay, so here what are the every field, how many properties we want to set? This 5 properties: id, name, on change. Okay, let us handle it. Let us copy these properties and go to second, where is the second one? Here. Okay, paste it. What is the second property name? Bank number. Okay, if you don't know, just go to top and see the bank number. Okay, let us go to top here, bank number. Okay, what is the name? Bank number. What is the value? Bank number. That's all. Suppose I want to do it for the pan also. Let us try to do it here. Simply copy these 5 properties. Okay, and we are going to add it here. And what is the ID name? Pan. And what is the name here? Pan. Okay, and what is the property name here? Pan. That's all. Okay, now I want to show the errors also. Okay, so let us go and copy the error code also. So let us have it here, and let us write a small tag here. Instead of div tag, let's go for a small tag. Okay, so this is it. Okay, now let us go here. We are not showing any validation message, right? Let us try to write a validations. Okay, before going the validations, I want to show one more thing. See here, whenever the error message is light, whenever I'm clicking here, if I click outside, that time itself I should show the error messages. Okay, so that is the reason here we have like a Formik data errors data name property. Okay, and let us write the small property, and there is one property called Formik.touched. Okay, what it is going to do is, it will tell whether user is clicked on that property or not. Okay, if user is clicked and if it is empty, then only will show the error messages. And here currently what is happening is, whenever we are showing on blur, we are showing it. Let us reload the page again. Okay, suppose I am clicking here, whenever we are focusing on this one, like this, it's coming. Even though I'm not touching this property, error is coming, right? We don't want to show that error like that. So Only once we touched that property, then only we want to show the error messages. Okay, till that time we don't want to show the error messages. Okay, so let us go here. And what is my property name? Name property. Let us try to save it and reload the page. Okay, cancel. Let us reload again. So by default, I'll touch here. See, this time no error. I'll click here and I'll click outside. That time only error messages will coming out. Okay. So if you want to, when you are clicking, after that only you want to show the error messages, then you have to use this property. What is the property? Formik dot touched. And after that, you write whatever the name of your form. Okay. Let us copy the same thing for all remaining errors also. Here one more time, and here one more time. So here, what is my property name? PAN number. Simply instead of name, I'm going to write a name, something, only 3 places. That's all. Okay. And here also, first, if you are working with one variable, if that is completely working, then the remaining is every easy one. Save it. So now we are done with the forms. Let us reload it again. Okay. I'll click outside. See, but in normal, whatever the form we have written, the login form, if you go to login again, I'll click here, no error until I'm clicking login, no error message not coming. But here automatically is coming right. This is what expected. Okay. And same here, we can also do it on blur. We have to detect the changes, we can do it, but this is a long process. But inside of this uh, library, this Formik library, this automatically these things will come. We no need to write any special code. Automatically everything is library. Okay. So and you can click on save. Errors are already showing it. Let us enter any data here. I'll type A and click. See, it is saying with minimum 3 characters are required. Dynamically it is showing until I am not clicking, it is not waiting. It is I will enter 3 times. See, automatically error also gone. So this is what we want to expect it. Okay. So let us enter one name here. ABCD, and bank number is 1234. Okay, and PAN number is BBL ABCD, something like this. Okay, so now we have the name and is there. Now if there is no error, whenever we are clicking it, we want to print that data. See, if there is no error, data is printing perfectly. This is the code we want to write. So like this, we can write a form validations. Okay, so if you go to again, let us have a revision again. Okay, first we have installed the Formik library, and second step, what we have written? We have written the validate method, and third we have written the useFormik. Okay, and fourth we have written one input field. Inside the input field, we are writing ID property and name property, and we are writing a this class we will write it normally. Okay, on change, on blur, and value property. 3 properties we have written. Okay, like this we can write the Formik.